Hey everyone, so I am Dr. David Hopkins and I am the author of the ebook Simple Truths, creator of the Optimal Health System. And you know what I want to talk about today is so much of the stuff that we see out there on personal development is just true BS. You know, there's products being sold everywhere all the time that are constantly touting how cutting edge, how technologically advanced, how based on science, based on biohacking, engineering techniques. And, you know, this is feeding something that's called complexity bias. It's a fallacy in reasoning, actually, that our brain, by our very nature, tends to reject incredibly simple solutions to things, and we trade it in for very complex. Now, we would think it should be the opposite, and you yourself may say, "Oh no, I don't like things complex." Most people do say that, but they don't act that way. See, most people most of the time will go towards complex solutions, assuming the sophistication that is required is going to be able to handle better the situation than very simple solutions. This is not true most of the time. And sadly, what happens when we succumb to this thing called complexity bias, we have a built-in procrastination button. We have a built-in excuse button. We have a built-in, the reason I failed is because of this. I woulda, coulda, shoulda done this only if. See, complexity bias gives us an out. When things are incredibly simple, on the other hand, a lot of times, the only way you're going to find who failed at it, and the reason why, is to have a look in the mirror. There are certain things that I have discovered through some really challenging times. Back in July 7 of 2020, I was back in the emergency room for a second time with intestinal problems, scared to death. The first time I went in, I had an intestinal blockage. The second time I went in, first they loaded me up on antibiotics to get rid of diverticulitis, and then that didn't solve it, and then they gave me another round of antibiotics, and they diagnosed me with prostatitis. Neither of those two are life-threatening in and of themselves, but a lot of those problems are self-induced, meaning I wasn't living right. I had the problem, so it sent me on this mission, sent me on this path to try and figure out and to tell myself I'm not going to keep going through the same problems that I'm going through. And it was fascinating as I started studying it, because as I tried to figure out how I can reach my best self, what I discovered most frequently was that, yeah, I could find diet plans, or yeah, I could find career development plans. Yeah, I could find tapes on how to meditate. But none of them ever connect the dots together. And so after I got out of the ER and after I started doing research, I stumbled upon, and I had been aware of it because I'm a humanities professor, of this mind-body-spirit connection that the Greeks were fascinated by, and they were, and even Eastern philosophies have been consumed with this as well, that there's only one way for you to be your best self. You have to make a connection between your mind, your body, and your spirit. And so my optimal health system is nothing more than 7 habits, 7 rituals that will eventually become a lifestyle for you, that's going to get your mind alert, curious, active, focused. You're going to stop walking around like a zombie fog running through your brain. You know, when you get home from work and you just plop down on a couch and you just zombie watch TV for 3-4 hours till you get up and repeat it again. We need to get rid of that. With your body, we need a healthy, strong, and energetic body. You remember what it was like when you were healthy? You can get it again. It really isn't that hard. There's simple things we can do. There's certain things we need to add in, and then there's certain things we need to take away. And when we do that, we're going to fix the body. And then finally, the spirit. You don't have to be religious to try and live a purpose-driven, happy, peaceful life, obviously. And so we need to work on things that are going to foster you tapping into your inner self. Because if we can fix and work on all of these simultaneously, that's where you're going to reach your best self. That's where you're going to reach your optimal health. I mean, I know lots of people, and you may know them too, that are incredibly physically fit. But intellectually, they're not there. I know people that are incredibly smart, astute at business, seem to have all their finances in order, but their body and their health is a shambles. See, we can't ignore one or the other. We have to work on all of them simultaneously. We have to shock the system simultaneously, and that's what you're going to learn how to do in the optimal health system. So I would say to all of the naysayers out there that simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Simplicity is going to get you where you need to go. Simplicity is going to make you stronger, healthier, lose weight. Simplicity is going to bring back mental clarity and alertness. Simplicity is going to help you live out your purpose-driven life, whatever that might be. It's not all these complex things. It's not these experts. It's not these scientific studies. What it is executing on very basic, very simple things. And if you do that, then you're going to start to tap into your true potential. Every one of these habits that you're going to learn are simple. They're not easy. They're not easy at all. It took me 6-7 months to put them together, but never in my life have I been fitter, have I been more alert, have I been more alive than I am right now. And so I know these things work. Ancient history tells us they work, and as you'll see inside the class, I back every one of these things up with science, and you'll see they work too. So I really hope that you'll just have a look at it, and you'll consider joining the optimal health system. It will surely be worth your time. Oh, and by the way, I don't want you to have any excuses why you won't give this a try. You can start it. You can download everything. You can go into the class. You can test drive it for 14 days. And there is a 100% money back guarantee. No questions at all. It's not about the money for me. What I really want to see is you give it a try, change your life because you can do it. Because I changed mine. The system is not theoretical. I actually live it. So when you go in the online class where you're going to be a part of, you'll see that I actually walk the walk. I don't just talk the talk. This is how I live my life through the optimal health system. I just documented it for everybody. So I hope I'll see you there. And then one final words, it's important. Fear kills more dreams than failure ever will. I know it's hard to take a chance on something like this. You see them all over the place. You see them all over Facebook. You see them advertised everywhere. All these grand promises. But the reality is you have nothing to lose here, because I'll give you your money back if you don't like it. It's fear. Fear prevents us from taking a step forward. Fear kills more dreams than failure ever will. So take a jump today. Just give it a try. You got nothing to lose. I will literally be in that online classroom with you. Part of that is some interactive forums, and I personally go in there. I don't have a staff. I don't have people. I work with every one of my students personally, just like I do in my classrooms that I teach for college. So I hope I see you, and have yourself a wonderful day. Join today. Go ahead and give it a try. Take care.